Hello, and welcome to another episode of Sam Tries Reading Smut. Or as some call it, romantasy. Like, rom fantasy? I don't know what they call it. It's romantic fantasy. Today, I will be reviewing Heart of the Fae by Emma Hamm. Heart of the Fae is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but what I really like about this Beauty and the Beast retelling is he doesn't capture her. It's so refreshing. She actually seeks him out and needs something from him, and he just kind of puts up with her not leaving his island. So I found that extremely refreshing that he did not kidnap her. But let's get into it a little further just beyond the Beauty and the Beast storyline. So if you like Irish mythology, this is the book for you. This lady knows her Irish mythology, and it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling through Irish mythology lens. It's even to the point at the beginning of the book, there's a glossary of terminology, which is amazing, in case you don't know Irish mythology that well. And for my Irish mythology nerds out there, it is a twist on Irish mythology, so it's not gonna follow the Tara de Dunnan perfectly. So just know that going in. She puts her own twist on the story, creates some new characters that are based on some other Irish heroes and stuff, but it was so much fun. I found that part of this book so fun. Anyway, back to the beginning. Why does she go to High Brazil on his island? Because she makes a deal with the Fae, because there's this plague of, like, it's really gross. There's these bugs that essentially get into your skin and like eat you alive and kill you. That's like in her village, and her dad is infected. So she's trying to, like, you know, so you still get the like dad storyline, but it's like a healthy dad storyline. He's infected. She's trying to cure him. She's a midwife for context. And of course, the Gaston character in here is like part of like the healing co-op that is just like, women can't be here, you don't know how to heal. Which I found highly enjoyable that there was like a Gaston character in here. Which was like, oh, that's fun. So that's why she's going there, because she made this deal with the Fae that's like, oh, he has the cure. So that's why she goes to the island and won't leave, because she's like, I gotta bring him back, because the whole deal with the other Fae was, I have to bring him off the island to the mainland. And of course, many things ensue, and I don't want to give it too much away, so I'm not going to get into it, because I thoroughly enjoyed the fantasy Irish lore aspect of this. So good. On a smut level though, wasn't that great. We only had one smut scene on page 300. It took that long to get to the first bit of smut. Rude. Also, the scene really wasn't my type of thing. It wasn't my type of thing, which is odd, because the first book I read of hers was Whispers of the Deep, which was so good. I love this story. The smut was a 5 out of 5 steamy. Spicy. Whereas this one, I give it like a 3 out of 5, maybe even a 2 out of 5 spicy level. Yeah. But in all fairness, she wrote this book first. This, I believe, is her most recent book, which there's going to be a second one in this series coming out in September, and I cannot wait for it. But we're not reviewing that book. We're reviewing this one. So I'm thinking that maybe between writing this book, which was pre-pandemic, and that one, she got a little more spicier, which I appreciated. There are, I believe, 6 books in this series, and I do plan on reading the second book. And I did notice that, so the next book follows these 2 characters, but then the other books follow other characters you've met in here, and I'm super excited about that. There's going to be a Little Mermaid retelling, I believe is the 4th book, which is a romance story with the pirate you meet in here who takes her to High Brazil. Super excited about that. And then also, she has a crow friend named Bran, who's of course a Fae, so like he turns into like a half humanoid crow, and apparently he gets a 2-book series about like him falling in love with a witch, which I'm very excited about. In conclusion, I give this book a 9 out of 10. Highly recommend you read this, especially if you love Irish mythology. The series is called her Otherworld series, and if you know Irish mythology, you're like, ooh, Otherworld, yes. I'm very excited to read the rest of the series. And in general, I love her books, so check her out. If you want to know more about this book, subscribe to my Patreon because it will be the video review. Till next time, happy reading.